Hey guys, I'm back with another video. Welcome to the channel Divine Truth Tarot. We are going to be checking in with the divine counterparts and we're going to see what is going on. Now I know a lot of the same themes are coming up over and over. There's a reason for that. This is a year of deep resetting for the world and for us individually. The divine masculines have woken up and the divine masculines now have changes to make in the physical 3D world. It's proving to be quite challenging for most of them, probably for all of them, as it was for the divine feminine when he or she first woke up. So I just want to make that very clear because I have people asking me about time every single day. When is it going to happen? And that's the ego voice. When is it going to happen? You said it was going to happen, Sarah. It hasn't happened yet. The 2020 this year is about so much more than a physical union or reunion with your counterpart. That does not mean that's not in the cards or on the books for some of you or some of us. It just means that 2020 has a higher purpose. And the purpose is collective consciousness, raising the vibration, resetting basically the axis of the world's consciousness. And we are here as light workers. We have missions above and beyond being a twin flame to help humanity and to help others out of the darkness. So focus on your mission. You want union with your twin flame? Focus on your mission. You want happily ever after with your twin flame? Focus on mission. You want communication from your twin flame? Focus on your mission. And again, this is a little bit of tough love here, but I have to tell you guys that the more you focus on the lack of communication, why isn't it happening? Why isn't it happening? Why isn't it happening? You're telling the universe, I don't actually want it. I want to stay in the why space. I want to stay in the lack space. Be mindful. Thoughts are manifesting right now into reality. You're a powerful manifester. You have to give yourself more credit. Okay, so with that intro and that little tough love blurb, if you guys want a personal reading, I am booked up through this week. I'm on vacation all next week. Thank God this woman, this Empress needs it. And I'm back the week of August 3rd. So I'll be doing private readings again the week of August 3rd. I have 8 spots left at this point in time. That could change in the matter of a few minutes after I post this video. So it's always first come, first serve, and then I'll be booking out for the following week after whatever that is after August 3rd. And I wanted to let you guys know that I'm still offering twin flame readings, general love readings, or general readings, as well as my incredible, magical, amazing North Node readings. It was written in the stars. This is your destined path and your soul's purpose, the journey of your soul. From past lifetimes, your karma, your gifts, all the way into this lifetime to lead you into your destined path. It involves astrology, it involves cards, it also involves intuition, and sometimes, as I am a medium, I will use those gifts as well in order to tap into your ancestors or whatever really needs to come through. Your twin's higher self, your guides. It's kind of like a coaching session and a reading all in one. So let's get started. Okay. We're going to start with the Angels and Ancestors deck. So I'm just going to set these two aside. I'm loving this deck, Dee, by the way. Thank you so much for this deck. It's an incredible deck, and I love it, love it, love it. So thank our soul sister, Dee, on the channel. She gifted me both the Moonology deck and this Angel and Ancestors deck by Kyle Gray. Okay, let's give it one more shuffle this way. And we're tapping into the energies of the counterparts today, the energies of the connection. I want to tap into the energies of the connection, Spirit. The energies of the connection. A couple of you have asked about, when I was talking about the healing sessions that I'm doing, the person I'm working with is actually, he is the creator of my hypnotherapy school. It's the only state licensed school in the state that I live in. And he doesn't take private clients. He he might at this time, but he charges an exorbitant amount because he doesn't really want to take private clients. And so I'm not really advertising for him. I just was saying that I was letting you guys know some of the work that I'm doing on an individual level for my own healing work as a soul in mission on this planet. And just to let you know that I am in this hypnotherapy program. So I will be a certified clinical hypnotherapist from the only state licensed school and one of the best in the country early next year. So it's looking like, because of COVID, our practical hours in person have been pushed back. So it's looking like it's going to be springtime next year, which is, as you guys know, right around the corner. Time is illusion. Time is not linear. And I will be offering Zoom sessions where we will be doing online hypnotherapy sessions that are going to be very powerful, just as powerful. And I will also be offering past life regressions, which I know are really, really coveted in this community. So as that gets closer, I could actually start, before I become a clinical hypnotherapist, I'll be a hypnotherapist. So I could actually start working with clients then. And I may do that. Clinical hypnotherapy is really, it goes deeper and it allows me to work with medical issues or dental issues with the referral of a licensed practitioner. So that's just the difference. But I'll let you guys know as I go along, because a few of you have been asking and inquiring about that. So wanted to let you know. Okay, so the first card we have is the Stag, Trust and Thrive. So guys, the Stag, the promise of union. Our soul sister Liz from Guided by Angels, who is in union with her beloved. I posted about him in a community post the other day, Blue Eyes Tarot. That is her divine masculine. They're in union. They're in mission. She talks about this all the time. She talked about it a lot more a few months back, but it still comes up in her readings. The Stag is the promise of union. So this is the promise of union. So this is really for anyone who's felt like they have lost their twin, or all is lost. Nothing is happening. There's no forward movement. I haven't heard from my twin. Why is everyone else getting communication and I'm not? Are they gone forever? Did they really mean what they said? No, no, no. In other words, yes, yes, yes. Union is still on the table. Union is still happening. So I wanted to make that really clear for anyone who's just kind of confused or unclear. Is this going to happen for me? Why is it taking so long? This is a very wise ancient soul. Your divine masculines are wise ancient souls. Don't you think they know what they're doing? Divine feminine, and I'm speaking to myself. So if my divine masculine's watching this, I'm speaking to myself also. Can't you have a little more trust and faith that your divine masculine knows the way? Can't you trust that they're following the light, that they're doing everything they can conceivably do in the 3D physical world to bring this union into fruition and into reality? Can't you trust that they want union as much as you do? Can't you trust that they love you, even if they're not saying it or showing it in the 3D? Can't you trust them? They want to be trusted. When you trust your divine masculine, guess what? It opens all sorts of doors. It opens pathways. It opens windows. It opens their heart. It opens your heart. When you don't trust them, it's a form of closing off your heart, and you're closing off communication. If you are not in communication, do not blame your divine masculine. I've been saying this over and over and over. It's really easy to get into ego. I know. I'm one of you. I'm on this journey with you. But I want you guys to understand that when you're in ego, okay? When you're in ego and when you're in that place of blaming them, well, they're not coming through. They're still with a karmic. They haven't changed. They. Where's the inner work? You're blaming them, but they're you. They're a reflection of you. They're a mirror soul. They're a mirror guardian. They're showing you everything that you need to work on. They're showing you your fears, your doubts, your insecurities, and they're showing you this is how you truly feel inside. If your divine masculine has gone quiet or has ghosted you, they're working things out. But not only that, they're showing you that you don't feel worthy of this love. They're showing you that you don't feel worthy of this union. They're showing you that there's still gaps and spaces and healing work that need to be done inside of you. Take time to reflect. Understand that they are a reflection of your innermost fears and desires. But if they have gone quiet, if they have ghosted you, which many divine masculines have throughout most of 2020, and they may still through the majority of 2020, you guys know I don't sugarcoat. I'm not here to promise you union tomorrow. I'm saying it is promised. For those of you watching, if you've been looking for a sign, this is it. This is your promise. It doesn't mean it's going to happen tomorrow. It doesn't mean it's even going to happen this year. It might, but I'm not making that promise because I don't know how much of the inner work you've been doing. And there's superficial work where we think we're actually doing the work, and then there's real deep-seated work. So superficial work can be, well, I go to yoga classes, okay? That's wonderful. I'm a yoga teacher myself. I'm a yoga instructor. Wonderful. But are you meditating? Are you spending time with yourself? Are you comfortable with yourself? Are you practicing self-love? Are you practicing independence and how to be financially independent and how to be emotionally independent? Have you released codependency? Have you healed your inner child wounds? So going to a yoga class or chanting a mantra or wearing a bohemian skirt doesn't make one spiritual. And I say this because there's this world out there where it looks like someone has mastered the art of spirituality, but guess what? Getting a tattoo doesn't make you spiritual. Cutting your hair, growing your hair long, shaving your head, eating certain foods, none of that makes you spiritual. It's about a lifestyle. It's about a commitment to yourself, a commitment to your growth, a commitment to your fellow humans, a commitment to your mission. It goes so much deeper than just one single action. I went to 5 yoga classes. Amazing. Are you committed to that? Is that a lifestyle? What else are you doing in addition to that? Are you meditating? Are you praying? Are you chanting? Are you practicing mindfulness? Have you sought help from a healer, from a therapist, from a shaman, or whatever it might be, or a combination of all those things? Over the years, prior to meeting my masculine, some of you may know this, but I had a previous channel which was healing from narcissistic abuse. It was a quite popular channel. I did quite well for myself. And at the end of last year, I decided it was time for a change. And I stepped into the great unknown, part of my North Node, mission work in Virgo. And I had to let go of that channel because it had become very toxic. There was a lot of toxic energy, toxic people. I had stalkers, people who were harassing me. Because of the energy that it was attracting, and I was no longer in that energy. In fact, I no longer even vibrate with that phrase or the word narcissist. I don't even like the label. So I outgrew the channel. But in the meantime, I healed. I worked with therapists. I worked with healers. I worked with shamans. I worked with myself. I meditated. I took a meditation course. I went deeper into myself. I continue to go deeper into myself. I am not fully healed. I don't claim to be. I'm human and I'm on this journey and I'm a spiritual being having a human experience and I'm in a spiritual classroom of earth, just like all of you. And I'm a light worker, star seed, twin flame, but I'm also human. I'm in this human body experiencing the worlds of the 5 senses. It's a constant mission to heal oneself. It doesn't end. So I'm trying to say that if your twin is showing you something in the 3D that you don't like, I want you to look real deep and long and hard. What is this showing me? What are they showing me? They're doing this from a place of deep unconditional love for you. They're hurting themselves and hurting you so that you grow, so that you shift. The divine masculines leave us behind. Okay, they go quiet, they ghost, they stay with a karmic temporarily. They do whatever they have to do. They hurt us in order to release us so that we become free, so that we can step into our mission. They free us from the matrix and they stay behind in the matrix out of unconditional love. Now your ego will tell you different. Your ego will scream some bullshit saying they don't love you, they loved that person more, they chose that person more. I'm not good enough, you're not good enough, your ego is talking to yourself. Your ego is an asshole. Okay, your ego serves a purpose of protecting you, but your ego is a real asshole most of the time. And we have to decipher between the voice of the ego and the voice of the soul. Why would your divine masculine hate you? You are them, they are you. So if you think they hate you, then there's a part of you that hates yourself, and there's self-loathing that needs to be worked on. By the way, the divine masculines are purging a lot of self-loathing at this time. So divine feminine, if you've picked up on that, you're picking up on more than likely your divine masculine's energy of self-loathing. Really just want you guys to understand the mirror aspect and element of this connection. It's not a 3D connection. Now, I will preface this by saying I'm not at all saying, I see comments all the time on my videos and other people's channels and videos. He's a narcissist. That's not your twin flame. That is not your twin flame. There's a lot of misinformation out there. Oh, narcissist, you know, twin flame is all about, it's pain and abuse. No, it's not. That's wrong. Those people do not know what they're talking about. They're not in a twin flame connection. Your twin flame never wants to intentionally hurt you. If your twin flame is hurting you in any way, it's from a higher perspective. Their higher self is guiding them to detach, to go cold. My twin flame has never intentionally hurt me. And the things that have transpired or happened, I played a huge part in a lot of that too. I could sit back and say I haven't, but I have. My fears, my insecurities, my doubts, not believing in him, not believing that in the connection, not believing that the changes that needed to be made would be made. And he reflected that back to me. But he has never done anything. There has been no abuse. There has been no cursing. There has been no shouting. There has been no display of disrespect. So I want to make that really clear, that if you're experiencing any form of abuse, this is not your divine counterpart. Coming from a coach of narcissistic abuse recovery for 3 years and working with hundreds of clients, this is not your divine counterpart, okay? That is a karmic partner. That is an abusive situation in relationship. So you need to be able to decipher the difference between the two. I'm really tired of seeing those comments. And if they're, you guys know, my moderators and myself will delete those comments. We will block people. I'm not looking for that kind of energy on the channel. If you're curious and you don't know, book a reading, okay? Or talk to other divine feminines, or you could still be a divine feminine and that could be a karmic partner. But I don't want to hear in the comments everything that this person did to abuse you and then just cursing out the supposed divine masculine. I don't want to see that and hear that. That's not from a place of unconditional love. Can you be exasperated on this journey? Can you be frustrated? Abso-freaking-lutely. There's a difference. There's still a level of respect. We have the ego seeing things from a higher perspective. Guys, can you see this from a higher perspective? Everything that we were just talking about, these cards are very intuitive. Can you see that your divine masculine never wanted to hurt you, never meant to hurt you? Can you understand that if your divine masculine has hurt you, they did it from a higher vantage point, a higher perspective of the soul that says, we agreed to this dance before we were born, before we incarnated. We agreed that I would wake you up in this way, I would trigger you, and you would do this, you would do the same thing to me. We agreed that we would trigger one another to awaken to our highest potential so that we step into our highest timeline. Now, one of the ways that you can really magnetize your twin towards you is to stay in that higher vibration. Does this mean you can't get angry? Hell no. Have a scream session, schedule a scream session. I have a coaching client that I've worked with for a few years, and we had a session yesterday, a long session. We hadn't talked in a while. And he said to me, Sarah, 30 minutes I give myself almost every day. He's also in med school and he's extremely busy and brilliant, building his own company. There's a lot going on. There's stress, right? There's the stress of the quarantine. There's the stress of so many uncertainties in his life. And he's a fledgling divine masculine, doesn't even know it yet, but I know it. And he said to me, I give myself 30 minutes to scream. Great. I said, fantastic. I support that. And he kind of looked at me a little surprised. I absolutely support that. That's a healthy way to release your anger. That's a healthy way to release your frustration, your stress, your anxiety. So if that's what you need to do, do that. This is not, staying in high vibration is not all love, light, and rainbows. It's love, light, shadows, and darkness. there's a balance. You cannot have one without the other. And I said that to him, you cannot have one without the other. You can't have the light without the darkness, and vice versa. So if you want the light, you're going to have to experience the darkness. So seeing things from this higher perspective, having your adult temper tantrum, okay, putting on some heavy metal music, or for me, it's like Rage Against the Machine or Beastie Boys. I'm a child of the 90s, well, 80s, 90s. And whatever gets your blood pumping, and scream and shout and kick and scream, punch your pillow, and you'll notice the tears will come. The anger turns into tears and sadness and grief and shame and fear. And then you let that go. And then once you let that go, you're opening your heart. You feel more open. You feel relief. You feel lighter. Do this as many times as you need to on this journey. And then go back to a place of love. Come back into balance. So when you can see things, when you're more balanced, you're going to align with your mission. You're going to align with your twin. You're going to align with your soul. And when you're aligned with your soul, your twin flame shows up in the 3D. I don't care what's going on in the 3D. You can always turn that around, guys. I mean, look, some of the stories I've heard, we hadn't been in contact for 20 years and they showed up. Why did they show up? Because you were doing your work. We have trader, exchange energy to create abundance. So this is the energy of equal exchange, equal energetic exchange in this connection. And that's what you're creating. So setting those healthy boundaries, knowing when to give and also knowing when to take. And divine feminine, this is a congratulations from spirit, from the divine. They're saying, I see you. I see the work you've put in. I see the balance you've created in this connection. Congratulations. You're going to bring this into your physical world. This is how you're going to create abundance. Your divine masculine, divine feminine coming together in full harmony and coming together in your full power and your full potential, not as two halves, but as two wholes. And that makes a formidable enemy. Not that you want to be enemies, but you know the saying that you're a formidable foe when you're that powerful. You're a formidable foe against the dark forces that are threatening to sort of derail unions. You know, it's not going to happen. Good luck. But they'll certainly try. Actually, let's get a card for the divine masculine. I really love this deck. Spirit, can we get a card for the divine masculine's current energy? Divine masculine's current energy. This is turning into a classroom, a coaching session. Oh, what? Well, this is interesting because what just happened? Hold on. This is the card that was on the bottom of the deck. The seer. See beyond the current situation. So the divine masculine is being asked to see beyond the veil of the matrix and the superficial that has been their life and their environment for this entire 6 months in quarantine. They're being asked to see beyond the illusions of the 3D, the fear-based mentality. This will never happen. There's too many obstacles. We're too different. You know, it's like the fears of not being good enough, the fears of losing you. The fear of losing you is real and strong for the divine masculine and will keep them at a distance because it's safer in the shadows. So if they can see beyond the current situation, they can really rise into this energy of, which is going to elevate the connection, is what I just heard. And so this is what the divine masculine is busy doing. They're raising their vibration and they're being asked to focus only on the love. They're being asked to focus on the intentions. What are their intentions? And I think a lot of the divine masculines are realizing that they have clairvoyant and very intuitive gifts. And they're realizing, wait a second, I am so much more powerful than I gave myself credit for. So they have this clairvoyancy of being able to see the future. Many of them are having dreams of past lives. They're having dreams of you in the future energy with their divine feminine. So this is very real energy, guys. This is very real energy. And the divine masculine is stepping into this place. They are tapping into the divine feminine energy, because that's very high priestess energy there, tapping into your intuition and your third eye, seeing things from the third eye instead of with your own two eyes. Sort of what happens in meditation. Not sort of, that's exactly what happens in meditation. You close your eyes so that you can see clearly. Okay, when you close your eyes, you can see clearly. You can see from the seer's perspective. Okay, you don't need your eyes open to see the truth. The divine masculine is seeing the truth of the situation, and they're seeing only through the eyes of love. Can we have a card for the divine feminine? Honestly, it's been raining all day here, guys. I'm not gonna lie, I'm still in my PJs. It's the beauty of this quarantine, guys. It's the beauty of not having to be behind the camera. Couldn't think of a more perfect job for me and my personality. What, you want me to go into work and put pants on? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Nope. You guys will see my face again, I promise, but I haven't worn makeup in months, and I have no plans to wear it anytime soon. So, you know, it's going to be au naturel when I do decide to show my face. Okay, divine feminine. You've got the Knight card. Be brave and honest. You're being asked to tap into your inner reserves of courageousness and to be honest with yourself as you see things from a higher perspective. To be honest with yourself about your shortcomings and maybe where you have been harsh. You've judged your divine masculine harshly, where you have maybe had high expectations, but the divine is saying, but what about you? What about your journey? Have you made the changes, or have you just expected the divine masculine to make the changes? There's a humbleness in this card that's really speaking to me, with his eyes are closed. And, you know, there's an honoring of your counterpart that's happening here. Spirit, can you give me future energies, let's say through September. Future energies for the connections through September. Future energies through September. Future energies through September. Shaman, trust in higher forces. So the shaman is the guide to light workers. Wow. Twin flames, you guys are rising up into your power in ways that you never could have imagined before. The energy of the shaman. So you're light workers, but now you are being asked to become a guide to other light workers. So really, really, truly shining your light in the brightest way possible. You have the power to heal both physical and emotionally, yourself and others. And you have the power to tap into the wisdom of the ancients, the wisdom of the ascended masters, the wisdom of the guides. You have the ability to go between worlds. You have the ability to travel between the 5D, the 4D, the 3D, inner earth, right? Middle earth, higher levels, higher realms. And you also have the ability to tap into spirit animals. So we have the energy of the stag, the first card that came out, the promise of union. And then we have the energy of the owl, wisdom, time, divine timing. Trust in the timing of your life. Trust the wave that you came in on, and trust that everything is working out. Medicine mother, honor your inner knowing. So you have the energy of shaman and medicine mother. Powerful. Powerful, guys. I see this as a divine feminine energy. I see this as a divine masculine energy within you. Not externally, but within you. So divine masculine embodying divine masculine energy inside of him, divine feminine embodying divine masculine inside of her, divine feminine and masculine honoring the divine feminine energy inside of them. So medicine mother, honor your intuition. Honor what you know to be true. Don't sort of dissuade yourself because your ego will always think it knows better. Do what you need to do and trust that what you're doing is on point. You know, medicine mother has lived 1,000 lives in one lifetime, and she's lost. She's lived and she's lost, and she's seen herself through it. She knows suffering. Okay, she's no stranger to suffering, and she knows what it's like to want to give up. So the energy of this card says it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to feel like you're going backwards, and it's okay for certain things to end, parts of you to come to an end, the relationship, the connection as it was to come to an end so that something new can be birthed. This is saying you don't have to suffer. You don't have to continue going through old patterns. So there's this energy of recycling old patterns that's going to stop and come to a close in these connections as both of you realize the power of your own soul. You're being asked to respect and love yourself enough to walk away from things that don't serve you with medicine mother. As you walk away from things that don't serve you, you allow the shaman inside of you to rise higher and higher. And we have the energy of the hunter. Track down your fears and desires. So you track down your fears and desires and anything that's held you back from becoming your greatest version of self. So you can see this story that's being painted. Track down your fears and desires. Extinguish them. Understand that yes, you've been through highs and lows. You've loved, you've lost, you've fought wars, but you've come out. You've resurrected yourself. You're strong. You're stronger than your fears. You're stronger than your shame, your blame, your doubt, your anxiety, your stress, your anger. You're stronger than all that. You're stronger than the losses that you've accumulated throughout your lifetime, throughout all lifetimes. And you're growing into the shaman. You're growing into this energy. And you get to tap into the energy of the highest version of yourself. This is about taking your power back, guys. And calling back your power from all lifetimes, from all places in time. That's a really powerful affirmation. I call back my power from all places in time, from all lifetimes. Call it back in. So this is about soul fragments and calling them back in and becoming whole. You can work with a shaman. You can work with, there's different healers that will offer, that will work with soul fragmentation to bring you back to a state of wholeness. Hypnotherapy can also do that as well. I would be amiss if I didn't mention that. Hypnotherapy works within the subconscious and is extremely powerful in bringing you back to a state of wholeness. So you're asking to connect with the deeper parts of yourself, connect with your guides and your ancestors, ask them for help, ask them for guidance on this journey. The journey is ramping up and things are becoming ever more powerful, ever more clear. I'm going to end there, guys. This has been a longer reading than I thought it would be. I'm sending you so much love, guidance, support, and courage and strength and power, personal power. Again, if you guys want to book a reading with me, reach out to me. My email is always in the description box below each video. Have a beautiful day. Many blessings.